You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. As you enter into the chat, you already know the routine. Let's get right to it. So we're going to listen to Fox News and AB7 News. We're going to listen to both platforms, see what the people have to say, and what the landlords have to say, what the business people have to say, and what's really going on up there in New York City. Because you see, New York City have freezed the rent for 2 years. And what people don't realize is by New York City freezing the rent for the people, that means a lot of people is going to be out of work soon. Oh yeah, oh yeah, a lot of people are not going to get paid. If you're a maintenance man, lady, electrician, man or lady, you're doing certain things in certain fields for NYCHA, and the list goes on. These residential places that are dependent on the funds. Now, they will not be able to pay the workers to do some of the work. You see, you got a lot of people celebrating, acting, berating, like they want something against the landlords. And like I tell y'all many times in many of my videos, the point is that people don't want to see you win. People don't want to see you win in real life. And so now New York City is frozen. And it's not going back to the way it used to be. And I told y'all that that's going to happen. So Madami got the board to pass it real quick. No surprise. In New York City, it's at a halt now. See, in the beginning, it looks cool and everything. Now that the landlords can't get paid, they can't pay the workers. Who's going to fix the boiler? Who is going to keep the water cold, keep the water warm, keep your heater going during the winter months if there's not going to be nobody working? Then we're going to hear what President Trump has to say, which is very interesting of what he had to say. So we're going to get into this. This is very important because this is a ricochet. So who's next? New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. Who's next? Because it's going to be a ricochet in that East Coast. And I told y'all, not every East Coast is bad. However, you're going to have other Ibarasi places follow suit. Chicago is decaying. New York City is decaying from within, and people don't see it. You know why? Because they're eating and drinking, enjoying themselves until one day they're going to wake up in certain parts of New York City, certain parts of other cities that is following this trend. It's going to wake up and no water running, no heat running, no cool air running. Can't turn on your AC because there's no electrician that works for NYCHA, that works for the boiler room. These people ain't going to have no work real soon. They won't be able to pay them. Since you think this is cool, it's not like your rent is going skyrocketing. They're just trying to keep up with the times and trying to keep up with the salary and keep up with the pay. And people are mad at rich people. They throw in the rich people's face. Guess what? Now they won't have a reason to stay there. And let's see if y'all going to put your money together of what y'all make and hire these people. No, you won't do it. Then you're going to beg to get rid of Madani. By then, it will be too late because he's making so much money off of your misery that you won't be able to get rid of him when y'all been warned about this situation. So let's take a listen to what Fox News have to say before we get to AB7 News. And so for those who are viewing, members, mods, and chat room, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm going to concentrate on the show. If you want my attention, y'all know how to get my attention. All right, let's go.
New York Congressman Mike Lawler joins me now. Congressman, are you going to let them cover this up? Are you going to allow the Democrats to just cover it all up and ignore it?
Absolutely not. And as I said last year, Zohran Mamdani would become the face of the Democratic Party. He would be the most political mayor in the history of New York City.
Yes, you did say that. And being that he's going to be 35 next year or this year, I don't know when the dude's birthday is. I don't know when the dude's birthday is. He's 34, so he is the youngest mayor of all time. And a lot of young people are happy he's doing this because they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to see success. They've been told that if you be rich, you evil. Being rich is evil. No, being rich is not evil. Being disrespectful, being lawlessness, acting a fool is evil. Let's continue.
And he would use his power at City Hall to help elect radical socialists across New York. And that is precisely what he did. It wasn't just 3 members of Congress to be. It was state legislators. They defeated half a dozen incumbent state legislators on.
Yeah, Hakeem Jeffries, what you got to say about this? Hakeem Jeffries, did you lose your seat to Ibarasi, Deeparasi, Duparasi? Did you lose your seat to incompetence? Since you voted for this mayor, what has this mayor did for you? Got his incompetence inside Congress now. Oh my gosh, this party is done. Let's go.
Primary night. So they are working to remake the Democratic Party. They've made it very clear. Bernie Sanders made it clear. AOC has made it clear. Zohran Mamdani has made it clear. They view the Democratic Party as a vehicle to advance this radical socialism. They want to abolish the police. They want to abolish ICE. They want.
And I told y'all, me and Ethan had this conversation almost not 20 years ago, almost 10 to 15 years ago. We talked about there will be a time that it will be no police, it will be no emergency help, and it's getting closer to that day. You know, we talked about that 10, 15 years ago, me and Ethan. And we was looking at each other, we was walking, chilling, and we talked about that. I said, man, I told him, I said, I don't think this city is going to survive soon. And I said, especially when we exit out real soon, you're going to start seeing the decay. And that's what's happening right now. They slip right in the cracks. We've seen it 10, 15 years ago. You would think we crazy. Let's go.
Open borders. They want to shut down prisons and let criminals back out onto the streets. They want to take away private property rights and ownership. And you saw.
They want to take away property rights and ownership. See? You can't run no business there. If you run a business there, they want to take more money from you. You don't deserve to have something in your pocket. How many times I told y'all this? There's a lot of places people don't want to see you rich. They want to see you down and out. They want to reap the benefits off of your hard work, off of your sleepless nights, because they sleep in 10 to 12 hours a day. You sleep in between 3 to 4 hours a day to keep things going. So they don't like that. They don't want to compete. They don't want to do something with their life. They want to take from you and your family. Crazy, I tell you. Let's go.
Just what they did this week with quote unquote freezing the rent.
That's it.
What they don't tell you is that their freezing the rent policies have created over 100,000 vacant units in New York City. So if you're actually trying.
Over 100,000 vacant apartments in New York City because they can't get nobody to move in because they don't have the money because a lot of people are leaving. So that's affected other people potentially to make money, if that makes sense. That's a lot of vacancy. Let's go.
trying to house people, if you're actually trying to make housing more affordable, what they are doing is the exact opposite.
Yep.
They are creating a calamity in New York's housing market.
I just want to.
They are creating a calamity in New York City housing market. And NYCHA is decaying right now. A lot of people that's working for NYCHA is going to see a default. It's like they're going to they slip. They can't come into work. The people that keep the boiler going and people that keep the engine going are now going to be gone, out of work, or they're going to cut their salary in half. Either way, they're going to be like, we can't afford you. We no longer use your services. We're going to have to cut your services in half. And those people got a large family. You can't tell a man or a lady that is doing some serious work that we're going to cut your salary in half. And they got children, they got a wife, or they got a husband, whatever the case may be. You're going to tell them that they are making close to six figures and now they're going to be making $20,000 a year? Come on now. These people don't want to even see those people make money. Let's continue. Let's go.
Bring President Trump into this. He says that New York City's rent freeze will be, I'm using his words, an epic disaster. Watch this.
What the mayor doesn't say is that these buildings will soon turn into ghettos and slums and that everybody will continue leaving.
Listen to what Trump has to say. I'm glad that Fox News is talking about it because I don't know if ABC going to talk about it. So it looks like I don't have to get the videotape of what Trump has to say. It's in the Fox News thing. Let's rewind this back. Let's listen to what Trump has to say. Let's go.
Say is that these buildings will soon turn into ghettos and slums and that everybody will continue leaving New York. And as this spreads throughout the country, very much like an uncontrollable form of cancer, the country itself will be taken down.
Are y'all listening to what Trump's saying? Are y'all listening to what Trump's saying? It could go almost worldwide except for certain places. And remember, I told you it will come to a time that it will be a situation to where if you're from these particular places, the state of Florida, the state of Texas, will lead by example of not allowing people from certain places to come into the border. They may go to an amendment that hasn't been used in a minute. Okay? And in that amendment, you're not allowed to come here because of what's going on in your particular state. Let me rewind it back.
And as this spreads throughout the country, very much like an uncontrollable form of cancer, the country itself will be taken down. It will be third world, strictly third world. And it's happened many times before to very big and very powerful countries.
Did you hear that? Even the president saying it will be a third world, it's becoming already, Mr. President. It's already becoming a third world place. So what that means is that these places is no longer going to be funded, potentially, and people are going to have to fend for themselves in New York City, Massachusetts, Chicago, LA, places like that. That is on demon time. And the president is going to have to make a tough decision, and his constituents are going to have to make a tough decision to remove these places no longer part of America. I can't remember the name of the movie. I do recall that in that movie, it talked about how New York City, notice I say New York City, not New York State. New York City, Massachusetts, particularly Boston, Chicago, LA, that they have picked constituents of people not to fly into New York, not to fly into Massachusetts, places like that, and that those people cannot fly out because they're no longer part of America since they want to be on demon time. That's what Trump is saying in code. Okay, let's continue. Let's go.
But it's not going to happen to the United States of America.
You know, the president.
It's not going to happen to the United States of America. He's talking about the South. The South is going to be America in the North states or the East Coast or the Midwest and the West Coast, who are particularly northern states, will have to depend on working together. In the South will relish and do very well and prosper. That's what's going on. And it's going to be that. So it's America versus the devil that has harness in America. Okay? Let's continue. Let's go.
President there, he has some pretty harsh words. Would you go that far?
Yeah, but what he's talking about there is specific to the fact that you have private property ownership, and they are putting rent controls in place and capping the ability of private owners to charge a certain amount. However, they are requiring them to modernize and upgrade the apartments. And so what has happened in New York for a number of years now is that these property owners are saying, we're not going to upgrade the apartment. We're not going to fill it. We'll take the tax write-off. And so you've created this situation where you have over 100,000 vacant units now in New York City. It's outrageous. We just passed a bipartisan housing bill that I was one of the leads on. I have 6 pieces of legislation within it. I'm hopeful the president will sign it this week. But it is rooted in capitalism. It is rooted in free markets. It is rooted in supply and demand.
Okay, so we're going to stop it right there. You see what's going on with that? We're going to go to ABC News now. Give me 1 second. Get it ready. Because they're going to show you the people's reaction, okay? You know how this goes. All right. Without further ado, let's go.
A huge relief for millions of New York City residents living in rent-regulated apartments. A huge relief for millions of New York City residents living in rent-regulated apartments. No rent hike for the next year or possibly 2.
Look at this. Doesn't matter the culture. Doesn't matter the culture. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. You see this? Look at these weasel men and these Ibarasi women. Pay attention.
Depending on your lease. It is also another big win this week for Mayor Mamdani, who followed through on a major campaign promise. Eyewitness News.
Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them, y'all. The future. Look at the future of our country. This is supposed to be the future of our country. Are you happy about the future of the country, the way it's going? Are you happy about it? Look at it. Look at it, y'all. Look at the future of our country. They celebrating failure in life. Unbelievable. Let's go.
Reporter Stefan Kim was there for tonight's big vote.
The motion passes.
For the first time in its history, New York's Rent Guidelines Board is freezing rents for 2-year leases for the city's 1 million rent-regulated apartments. The board also freezing 1-year leases, something it has done only 3 times before.
0%.
The unprecedented 7-1 vote unleashing unbridled joy and relief from the tenants who packed the board vote tonight.
This is no longer just a city that is a playground for the rich. This is a city for the working people who make it right.
Oh my goodness. We're going to hear this lackey-gacky talk. Look at this fake tear, demonic, Ibarasi voice. Irritating voice. Let's listen to this irritated voice. to get this going and we This is your future. This is your future, guys. I really feel bad for you guys in your 20s and 30s. This is what you got to tolerate, fellas.
Landlords have run this city, and this is like a new era of tenant power. We have a rent-freeze mayor. Hundreds of people came out and testified, thousands online. Like, landlords' days are over. Tenants are.
Yeah, landlord's days are over. I want to see if y'all going to be able to do some work on your toilet. When your toilet is stopped, what you gonna do? You can't call on Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Dun, 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 dun. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Dun, 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 dun. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Dun, 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 dun. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Dun, 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 dun. And I've been strange in the neighborhood. There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Dun, 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 dun. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Dun, 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 dun. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Look at all these different cultures. A bunch of wimpy men because they want to be around the women. Ooh, I want to be around the women. I want to see myself seeing destruction. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Let's go.
in power now, and it feels amazing.
Landlords who say they are struggling with rising costs like fuel and insurance, though, lambasting the decision.
The whole process is such a farce. We're going to have to cut back. We'll have to lay off people.
We're going to have to cut back. We're going to have to lay off people. Did you hear what the man say? Put a 5 in the chat. Put a 5 in the chat if you heard what the man say. We're going to have to cut off people and lay people off. They think it's a joke. This is one of the landlords. Listen again to what they have to say. Common sense.
We're going to have to cut back. We'll have to lay off people. We'll have to lay off some of the supers. Only choice.
We're going to have to lay off some of the supers. We're going to have to lay off the super attendants. No more superintendents. You can't call a superintendent to do something to fit certain things. Now the superintendents ain't going to have a place to stay. Oh my goodness. The times we are in. Look at what's in the background, y'all. U-Haul is going to be skyrocketing right now. I'm going to have to invest in new U-Haul. Listen, if you into stocks, start investing in U-Haul, y'all. Start investing in U-Haul. You're going to make some money down the road. Trust me. It's going to be a lot of people renting U-Hauls. I'm going to put some investment in U-Haul. Follow me, y'all. Go to your phone, get into the stock exchange, and put a little bit of investment in U-Haul. Let that money sit there. I'm going to do it. I gave you a little nugget. So I know I'm going to make some serious money on it. I ain't worried about it because there's going to be a lot of people using that U-Haul. U-Haul. Man, $19.95 a day. That's no denying it. There's no sequence. Why would that be parked there for the population? Let's continue. Let's go.
It's a business. People don't get it. This is a business. It's not a choice that you think this is for free. I'm free.
It's a business. This is not choice for free. Yep. Shout out to the landlords. Shout out to the landlords. Let's go.
You're right. Mayor Mamdani made it a signature issue in his campaign. Then
Now he went to that funky beach. He went to the funky beach. He went to the funky beach to talk about this. Unbelievable. Using the AI video. Let's go.
followed through on his pledge to appoint half a dozen members of the 9-member board.
Buildings with rent-stabilized apartments saw their revenue increase by more than 6% last year.
But while the outcomes,
Even though they saw a revenue increase, that means they put more money into the people, fool. They put more money into the maintenance worker. They put more money into the electrician, to the plumber, to the people to keep the buildings going. They taking risks doing that type of work. That's not easy. Ringo TV Reactions would tell you. My dad did it. My dad was driving trucks and doing electrician. Ringo was working in the boiler room, amongst other things. You have to take the test for that. You have to have a clear mind. Some people didn't make it in those situations back in the days because of safety reasons. So you're going to let them names be in vain? You ungrateful Ibarasi. Look at them. Look at them. You got the Latinos. You got the Italians, the lazy Italians. You got lazy other people of other ethnicities. And then you got some black people that are celebrating this. Crazy, I'm telling you, the times we in. Let's go.
Seemed like a foregone conclusion, it did not come without drama. This morning, Christina Smith, a board member appointed to represent landlords, abruptly resigned, claiming the mayor stacked the deck. The mayor, for his part, in a statement tonight.
Shout out to Christina for leaving. Christina, you left that hellhole. Hopefully you find something with common sense. You come to the red state. Come to the red state, Christina. You don't need to deal with these Dibarasis or go up to like a Stanford, Connecticut. Go somewhere where people's making money and it's not into the nonsense. Or go to a anything of the East Coast that's prominent. Get out of New York City. Let's go.
Calling it a historic victory for tenants, adding, "This is the relief that working people across our city deserve." The mayor insists the board is independent and that members made up their own minds. Under the Adams administration, landlords received a 12% increase while their net operating incomes rose by 30%.
See, they don't want you to make money. They don't want you to make money, y'all. And see, people know that I talk about this because when you speak the truth, I don't get support like that. I get a 0.03 support now because I stand for truth. I don't get no 3.5. If I was standing for this nonsense, I have more people in the chat and I'll get all types of super chat. I get all types of cash out. If I was on these people's side going against the landlord, I will be making a lot of money today. I'll make a lot of money. They'll come in the chat. They'll hit the thing blue. They'll hit the thing green. They will hit the thing purple. They will hit the thing red. Hadouken! Oh, you can. I'll be hearing the cash app ring. Ching, 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 ching. Yet when you speak the truth, not one person will support the show. You know why? Because they don't want me to speak this truth. They don't like the fact that I'm speaking for the landlords. I'm speaking for the business people. Oh, you speaking for the landlord, you speaking for the business people. Yes, I am. I respect their hustle. They make a lot of money. They deserve to. Why? Because they have a lot of work to do. A lot of responsibilities. A lot of people they have to tend to with your lazy selves. All y'all do is sit and eat bonbon chichos all day. You ain't going out there making things happen. Let's go.
In East Harlem, Stefan Kim, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
All right, we're going to stop sharing this. Okay, who we have in the building? We have Run It Up 360. We have Run It Up 360 in the building. We have Italian Mamba in the building. We have Corey in the building. Corey Running Up 360, Italian Mamba. And Keystone. You sent me something. Let me see what you sent me. I don't know why I can't. Okay, it won't show. Keystone, if you're gonna send something in funds. I cannot do that across the screen. Thank you for sending something. I seen that before. Just send just send regular funds, y'all. I don't get nothing for that. It's a penny. Honestly, I get a penny for that. I'm not saying it's something, but if you're gonna send something to me, just send it in $2. I'd rather you sending me $2 than send me something like that and only get a penny. I only get a penny for that. It's no disrespect, Keystone. You know, appreciate the 10 jewels. I just think that if you're going to support a little something, you know, for whatever reason, just send $2 or send it to the Cash App, whatever. Jay Watts is in the building. So let's go to we're going to go to this one. We're going to listen to a little bit of this.
Now, this affects rent-stabilized apartments around the city in the 5 boroughs, more than 1 million of these apartments. And this is something that has now fulfilled a central campaign promise from Mayor Mamdani. He ran on this issue that he was going to be able to implement rent freezes, again, for rent-stabilized.
So for people that's tuning into the show, this is happening for private sector too. So the people that have money that live in Park Avenue, Madison Avenue, live in Central Park, they're going to have to deal with the nonsense. And so a lot of them is not making their money. They won't be able to afford to keep things up. So they're going to be cutting a lot of services off. Landlords, superintendents, they're going to cut the staff. And so a lot of these people that live in these important buildings are going to see an influx of having a hard time getting things done. You know? All right, let's continue, y'all. Let's go.
Apartments. We are going to get right out to my colleague, Antoine Lewis. He is live for us right now on the Upper East Side. And Antoine, I have to tell you, I worked dayside yesterday, so I was at home last night. And after they passed the rent freezes for both 1- and 2-year leases, my phone was just going off like crazy. Alerts just sounding, because this is a big deal. It's a big deal for the mayor. It's a big deal for the tenants. And it's also a very big deal for the landlord owners who say they just can't keep up with the maintenance and the rising costs without rent increases. So bring us up to speed today.
I want you to listen to this very carefully, what the man's going to say, and I'm going to chime in. Let's go.
It was actually historic, Linda, which we'll get into in just a moment. Historic from the perspective that it's a first for a freeze on 2-year leases. Now, as you and I were discussing before I even came out in the field this morning when we were talking about the stories we were working on today, freezes on 1-year rents had been done before. Didn't you and I check like 2015? That's right. One was done during the de Blasio administration. And remember, we were going back and forth trying to confirm in our newsroom that when we use the word historic, we only use it in regards to the 2-year freeze. So that is absolutely a major first there. But Linda, rent stabilized apartments, as you well know, are just as much a part of the New York fabric as bodegas, bodega cats, sitting on the stoop, eating breakfast, graffiti on the so all of these things are hallmarks, if you will, of the New York City experience. So as you pointed out, we're talking about more than 1 million affected apartments across the 5 boroughs, housing some 2 million New Yorkers or so.
Oh my goodness. This is getting out of control, y'all. This is going to be a ricochet. You're going to see, like Trump said. We're going to listen to the full clip of Trump. We're going to listen to this for a few minutes, and we're going to get to Trump. And then we're going to get to the other title of the video. The live stream. Excuse me. Let's go.
So let's show you some video. There's some gnats of the vote action that you're going to hear coming up. And there you have it. That was the vote last night. The rent guidelines vote voting 7-1 to freeze the rents for 1- and 2-year leases for rent stabilized apartments. Now, this again is a first for the 2-year leases. Freezes on year 1 leases have been done before in the past. As you pointed out, Linda, this fulfills a major campaign promise for Mayor Zohran Mamdani. This was one of his signature platforms. Mamdani calling it a historic victory for New York City tenants. But while the tenants are cheering, landlords are crying foul. They say that they are facing rising upkeep costs for things like insurance, for things like oil, adding that this decision impairs their ability to maintain the buildings and to keep them in good condition.
Did you hear that? These people are celebrating failure. Do you want to be around people with failure? That's my question to you, the audience. Do you want to be around failure? Because I realize that a lot of people support failure. Nobody really support truth. Only 0.03% of people support truth on this planet. 0.03. Y'all have turned over a leaf to the nonsense. This is what they support, failure. And even Trump said that it will become a third world and worse than a third world country. Because now when people come to visit, they see the nonsense. They can't believe the nonsense that they see in here. Because what they show on TV is the good things. They don't show the reality. Until these people from other countries come here and they start realizing after a while, oh my goodness, yeah, our country is messed up. We didn't expect to see America looking like our country. So all these nice buildings, brownstones. My family had a brownstone. On my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family had brownstones. I stayed with my grandparents in the brownstone before during the summertime. And they are great buildings. Now they're going to be gone, decayed. I have a family member, cousin, that lived in Washington Heights in the brownstone area. It's like now it's becoming obsolete because of these Ibarasi laws. It does not work. Look at Europe. Europe is destroyed within because of this policy. Where Hakeem Jeffries? Where you at, Hakeem Jeffries? Where you at? Where you at? You awfully quiet now. Let's continue.
We have reaction from both sides. Take a listen.
I'm really super excited. I feel like I'm just still in a dream. I feel like.
Oh my gosh, look at this demon. Look at this demon. Look at this old Buckle Sam demon. It's like a dream. It's like a dream. Yeah, I could sniff some old Kucha panties. I could slip some old Kucha panties. I could slip some old Kucha panties. I got me an old Kucha panty lady. I told her I was going on TV and I'm going to make a fool out of myself. I've been a failure most of my life. 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 I am looking forward to my old coochie lady. I'm looking forward to being on TV. I'm making myself look like a fool. I am happy to be a dead baseman. I don't like seeing people rich. I hate rich people. I'm on TV. I'm on Fox 5. I want to make a fool of myself. I am so happy that I am living rent free. Pops, you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to try to get through this. Let's go.
I'm still in a dream because this is going to be such, this is a lifesaver. It can keep a roof over our heads.
It could keep a roof over our head. Ooh, upside your 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 head. Oop, upside your head. Listen. Oh, gloop, 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 gloop.
For much, much longer.
We'll have more buildings getting destroyed, more buildings falling apart. So we're going to have to cut back. We'll have to lay off people. We'll have to lay off some of the supers. Only choice. It's a business. People don't get it. This is a business. It's not a choice that you think this is for free.
I like this guy. He's talking with common sense. Old school gets it. Let's continue, y'all. Let's go.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name.
Hold on. Let's continue.
Linda, what this does is put the affordability crisis into a different perspective, as you pointed out, for both sides. Certainly, tenants are dealing with affordability from the perspective of just trying to pay the rent, trying to pay the utility and the overhead to live in the unit. But then you have the landlords dealing with the affordability who are saying, like, the buildings, the potential for them to fall into disrepair and to just fall apart, basically, is also their concern. So while, yes, City Hall may be, doing a lap, if you will, on this, certainly the other side of this is also now scratching their heads and trying to figure out what this is going to mean and what this is going to look like. And while we know that all of the landlords in the city, there are a number who have been identified or named as not necessarily the best at their job, nonetheless, if they have rent stabilized apartments, this certainly impacts them regardless of how they are perceived or received in the city. So certainly the affordability conversation is certainly impacting both sides in regards to last night's vote. A postscript, Linda, before we continue our discussion of the panel. The vote was 7-1. Ahead of the vote, one of the members actually resigned, saying that since the majority of the sitting board had been appointed by the Mamdani administration, that she felt the decision had already been done. The one abstention into last night's vote was an appointee who was actually there in place by the previous administration, the Adams administration. So there you have it. And as we were also discussing, Linda, this morning, these changes, the freezes take effect this October.
Right, yeah, and I want to bounce off the two things that you just said.
Okay, enough of that. Let's get to Mr. Trump real quickly. Let's get to President Trump. That's what I want to get to. All right, let's see what President Trump has to say. Give me 1 second. President, get it ready. President Trump on rent freeze. Okay, CBS News, New York. CBS News, New York. Let's get to them, shall we? Let's get to them. All right. In Ibarasi News. Let's listen to Ibarasi News. Let's go.
Attack on Mayor Mamdani over the rent freeze using some pretty harsh language.
Political reporter Marcia Kramer joins us now with more on this latest political battle. Marcia.
Yes, Justin, let me just tell you, the president's attack was not unexpected. Ever since Mayor Mamdani's primary election successes, Republicans have been playing the red card. But the rent freeze may have hit closer to home, since at one time, the Trump family owned 14,000 rent-stabilized apartments. And as a
Did you hear that? President Trump, for those who say he's racist, for those who say he didn't help the city of New York, President Trump, his family has 14,000 rent stabilization buildings. Did you hear that? I'm going to rewind it again. Now listen to this again. For those who say he's racist, let's go.
President Trump made a stunning attack on Mayor Mamdani over the rent freeze using some pretty harsh language.
Political reporter Marcia Kramer joins us now with more on this latest political battle. Marcia.
Yes, Justin, let me just tell you, the president's attack was not unexpected. Ever since Mayor Mamdani's primary election successes, Republicans have been playing the red card. But the rent freeze may have hit closer to home, since at one time, the Trump family owned 14,000 rent-stabilized apartments. And as a man whose favorite color is gold, he's trying to spin the two events into political gold.
But what the mayor doesn't say is that these buildings will soon turn into ghettos and slums, and that everybody will continue leaving New York. And as this spreads throughout the country, very much like an uncontrollable form of cancer, the country itself will be taken down. It will be third world, strictly third world.
President Trump.
Did you hear that? It will be strictly third world. And people are leaving New York City. The people with common sense are leaving New York City. Let's go.
May have welcomed Mayor Mamdani to the Oval Office twice, but that bromance is definitely over. With the midterm elections looming, the president apparently sees the combination of the mayor's success in backing 3 left-of-center congressional candidates and the rent freeze as an opportunity to mobilize his base, not only in New York, but all over the country.
Everyone needs to get out and vote in the midterms. We have to win this election. This election is very vital.
Political experts see the president's speech as a calculated political move, saying that voters can expect to hear more of the red menace rhetoric as Republicans and Democrats duke it out over control of Congress.
He may be onto something. I'm talking to Purple District Republicans who are telling me that they're concerned about this idea of socialism growing into their neighborhoods.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did you hear that part? Did you hear that part? Purple Republicans are very important. Those are the libertarians. The libertarians are very concerned about the issues of this socialist going into their state. Oh my goodness. I'm telling y'all. Y'all think this is a joke. This is serious, y'all. You got Americans and people that's not from America attacking rich people. Biggest mistake you will ever do. Let's continue.
And they may be voting Republican, where otherwise they wouldn't.
But the mayor's team was having none of it, choosing not to engage the president. Instead, the mayor's team continued to bask in the victory of making good on a campaign promise to freeze the rent. Asked for a comment, his spokesman referred CBS News New York to the mayor's statement after the Rent Guidelines Board voted to freeze rents for 2 years. The mayor said, quote, "This is a historic victory for New York City tenants. This is the relief that working people across our city deserve. I'll continue working to deliver a more affordable city by building and preserving affordable housing, lowering building operating costs like insurance, and ensuring tenants know their rights." Now, already the president's strategy is worrying Democrats in swing districts like Tom Suozzi and Lower Gillen on Long Island. They're banding together to call themselves centrist Democrats because they want voters to know that not all Democrats adhere to left-of-center views.
Now the Democrats, the resourceful Democrats, are saying they're not socialists. They are now telling their constituents, no, we're not part of that crew. So you're going to have a lot of Democrats, Ibarracis, that have some common sense. They're going to have to get it together because the red states, the Republicans, are making it known. They're using this as a get up. And so Trump is not playing chess, he's playing checkers. And so what New York City people going to do in October when this comes to fruition? You know? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? It's the question. Okay? What are they going to do? Let's get into this. Get into one more thing. something has come up recently. Okay. All right. We're going to listen to a little bit of this. The red state tax revolutions versus the blue state exodus. Let's listen to this. We're going to get right to it. Shout out to those who's viewing. Shout out to those who's viewing. All right. We want to hear what this libertarian lady has to say. All right. We're going to hear what this libertarian lady has to say. If you are viewing and you want to support the Cash App is pinned to the top, y'all. All right. I appreciate each and every one of you viewing, tuning in, liking the video, participating. Y'all talking to each other in the chat while I'm continuing to break down the video. All right. So it's very important that you share this video, let people know about the platform, the channel. Okay. I'm going to read this comment. New York City is not the same anymore. Everything is changed, such as the neighborhoods, as well as the shopping areas, which are gone now, such as my old neighborhood in Jamaica, Queens. Yes, that is correct, Corey. Yes, a lot of you won't even recognize that place no more. All right, let's continue, y'all. Let's get right to it. To what this libertarian lady has to say. All right, let's share it and let's go.
The past few years have seen an array of good news stories on the tax front, not just at the federal level with new provisions in last year's One Big Beautiful Bill, but with an explosion of reform out at the state level.
From the opinion pages of the Wall Street Journal, this is All Things with Kim Strassel.
Nobody knows this world better or has arguably played a bigger role in pushing this reform consistently than my guest this week, Grover Norquist, the founder and longtime president of the Americans for Tax Reform, who is joining us to talk about not just some of the successes and the importance of those successes, but what's next on the tax reform agenda. Grover, my friend, it is a total delight to have you on. Thank you for coming.
Kim, delighted to be with you. 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. 250 years ago, when we were colonies, we paid 1% to 2% of our incomes in taxes. The
1% to 2% of our incomes in taxes. Let's continue. Let's go.
British, who were occupying us and telling us what to do, they paid 20%. We paid 1% to 2%. At some point, they said, well, why don't we get the Americans to move up towards our 20? And we started shooting at them until they left, which was pretty good. And we were at about 2% up until about 1913. Then there was a little backsliding. So we got to get back towards 2% and away from the 20% that we went to war to oppose back when the British were doing it to us instead of our guys doing it to us. Look, the Big Beautiful Bill, tremendous progress. The most important thing is it was permanent. We have had lower marginal tax rates before for individuals. The most recent one that was permanent was 86, Reagan's tax rate reduction. After that, every time we bring the rates down, it disappears after 5 or 10 years. This time around, the Big Beautiful Bill says all of those rate reductions made permanent into infinity. It would take a House and a Senate and a president to ever move those back up. We saw progress on expensing. Also, full expensing for much of investment in business, and that also is permanent out into infinity.
What people don't realize is that, a lot of states are taking your money. And when you live in the red state, I'm starting to see more of why capitalism, as I already know, works. Socialists don't work, y'all. The people that voted for this dude is going to see a wake-up call in their pockets. See, Madami is making money off your misery because he knows you're not up to date and not up to speed. You're not realizing that your pockets is going to get harder if you're in these particular places. You can't blame Trump. You can't blame the administration. You have to blame yourself for voting the demonic entity in, to the point now that Ibarracis, the common sense Ibarraci liberals, are realizing that they got in bed with Satan again, as they always do. Let's continue.
That will never be taken away. Add to that the death tax. We've cut the death tax before.
Yeah.
We even abolished it once for a year. And then
I remember.
Yeah. I was thinking of, no, I wasn't. But you got to plan ahead. Now you don't have to plan ahead. The death tax is up to $15 million per person, $30 million for a couple, indexed for inflation, which happens from time to time. And that is also permanent. It would take the House, the Senate, and the president to alter that. I mean, these steps forward are huge. You saw one of the things I think will have permanent repercussions is Trump accounts, trumpaccounts.gov, because in the past, we have got many more people to own shares of stock when it was 10% of Americans did in 19.
Yes, getting into stocks. Thinking long term, y'all. Getting into stocks, thinking long term. Okay? That's very important to get into stocks, thinking long term while you're into stocks, okay? For real, for real. They don't want you to make money, y'all. A lot of these people, places and things, they don't want you to make money. They want you to be struggling. I don't like to use that word. They want you to not have an impact in life. Okay? So let's continue.
1960 with John F. Kennedy. Now it's about 60% because of IRAs and 401ks. We're now going to get them before they turn 18 and start voting. The federal government's putting $1,000. They're going to take our tax dollars and put $1,000 per kid who's born last year, this year, next 2 years, which is helpful. It gets the ball rolling. But more important, actually, is what the Dells did. Dell Computer founder and his wife, their foundation is putting money into 25 million accounts. I mean, this is meaning everyone will get the 4 million accounts set up now. This 25 million is going to be set up for people. And if you don't have to have the child born that year, by the way, up until they're 18, every year parents can put up to $5,000 in. Their employers can put money in. Foundations can put unlimited amount of money in. You could target everybody who is in foster care in this state and put money into their account so that when they get out of foster care, they have some resources. This is a huge change because we're going to have 18-year-olds. We're going to have people in junior high school and high school comparing their portfolios.
It's a wonderful idea.
Isn't it? I mean,
See, they don't teach you. They don't talk about this in the Black community. See, when you talk about resources, opportunities, majority of Black folks don't want to hear that type of conversation. However, there's so much information out for you to make money out here to take care of your family that you are paying attention to the situations for the most part. You know? Let's get right to it. Let me talk to y'all. People are scared to be rich. Let me tell you why people are scared to be rich. Put a 5 in the chat if you want to know why people are scared to be rich. Put a 5 in the chat if you want to know why people are scared to be rich. And why it's okay with diabolical situations. I've been come to realize the reason why people are scared to be rich is because they don't want to see people leave their lives. Some of you are afraid to be successful because you're now going to find out that everybody's not for you. That's why you stay in the comfort area. You stay in the comfort economics so that you can have more people around you. Because the more you become successful as a man, as a lady, the more of the horns you're going to see from people. because they've been had those horns. You just didn't realize it until you got into your next step, to your next goal. It was a lady earlier today. She was talking about, I got my new place. I got my family into a better situation. And her husband was talking about how everybody betrayed them. And I said, ma'am, sir, don't let that get to you. You did what's right for your kids. You did what's right for you. You will find people in your bracket that you can have a conversation with to the point that you won't even think about those people ever again. They say, thank you, sir, for acknowledging us. I said, first and foremost, y'all winning. I love talking to winning people. I love talking to people that is trying to get themselves out of the situation they're in. They're trying their hardest. They're not making excuses. They're figuring out a way to win. I said, that's who I want to conversate. I don't want to conversate with people who is always on the woe is me and don't know how to make adjustments in life. And so that's the conversation I had with them. And so what I'm telling you is that people are afraid to be rich. Don't be afraid to be rich. When the Bible talks about the rich people that's not going to make it, it's talking about the people that is rich, poor, who don't do right for the people, by the people, that have not put certain things going on for their own family, being kind of selfish. Where y'all going to find out is that Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and many of these people that people say they're evil, they have done a lot more for the people than your pastors have. Why your pastors is not putting you into an opportunity to take care of your family? Everybody want to call out the race card when the real racism is in these churches. Your pastor is what God was talking about. He wasn't talking about every rich man can't go through the eye of a needle. See, y'all have to read between the lines. Because why would God say in his law, statutes, and commandments, none among you shall live in poverty? Let's get to that scripture real quick. Let's get to that scripture. None of you shall live in poverty. None among you shall live in poverty. Excuse me. None among you shall live in poverty. Why is that? None among you shall live in poverty, because we're not supposed to live in poverty. Poverty is of Satan. Poverty is of Satan, y'all. Okay? Let's get to it real quickly. Let's get the scripture real quick. All right? It says, Deuteronomy 15:4, save when there shall be no poor among you, for the Lord shall greatly bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it. There it is. And that's a fact. That's a fact. So don't even be afraid to be successful in life. All right? Now, we're going to play a clip of Anton Daniels using my talking point. We're going to play a clip of Anton Daniels using my talking point. I'm going to show y'all better than I could tell you. Remember, I talked about that being in poverty is of the devil and being rich is of God. Now watch this. Let's get to the video. I got to look for it. I think it's on his Millionaire Morning Show. I want y'all to listen to it. I got to, hopefully, I'll find it real quickly. I want you to listen to this. There's so many videos. I'm going to find it, though. Okay. Let me see if I find it. I think I have it. Hold on 1 second. Okay, let's listen to this. All right. Show y'all that he used my talking point. It's not what I'm trying to use. Hold on a second. There we go. Show y'all that he used my talking point in real time. Let's see if this has got to be the one. All right, let's go.
You are supposed to be a person that goes off and spreads the gospel through the way that you live your life. Praise him. It's a lot of that. And when you get done doing all of that, you don't have no real life lessons. You don't have any real tangible thing that you can lean to and say, okay, well, this is the thing that I need to implement this week in order to be successful. And there's nothing wrong with praise, but praise when instruction is better. Praise when instruction is better. My thing with the church is that the church was supposed to be a place where you graduate from. It's not supposed to be a dependency.
Yep.
Come on, man. Let's kick it today.
Yep, let's go.
Because y'all don't really know nothing about preaching. Y'all don't know nothing about preachers. Y'all don't know nothing about the word. And just because you read it don't mean that you understand it.
Okay, let's get to it. Let's go.
Church and your church home is not supposed to be a place like therapy.
Ooh. It's not a point of Anton. See, y'all gotta understand, it's not me. I'm not emotionally attached to these situations of people, places, and things. The point is he's pointing out things that I said to y'all. That's the point of y'all listening to what he's saying. This is what I've been telling y'all. So he's saying it from his lens because he's been, of course, they watch me a lot. And so it makes you see that now it's going to make you now see that this is real because it's coming from him. See, when it comes from me, it's like, yeah, you listen. However, sometimes you got to listen to what y'all would consider the opposition, because the opposition knows what I be knowing. Okay, let's go.
You're not supposed to be visiting it forever. You're not supposed to be sitting there talking about the same thing forever. It's supposed to be a graduation ceremony that comes along with it. You are supposed to be there to get what you need and then be moving on to do bigger
things. Listen to this key, because that's what a lot of people don't realize. Listen.
Church and your church home is not supposed to be a place like therapy.
Yep.
You're not supposed to be visiting it forever.
Yep.
You're not supposed to be sitting there talking about the same thing forever.
Yep.
It's supposed to be a graduation ceremony that comes along with it. You are supposed to be there to get what you need and then be moving on to do bigger things.
Yep.
You are supposed to be a person that goes off and spreads the gospel through the way that you live your life, which means your life is supposed to be the light.
Yep.
You shouldn't have to say it. People should be able to see it on you. They should attract themselves to you because they like, you know what, is something special about that person because they're doing extraordinary things that most people are fearful of doing, that they don't have inside of their life. And
ain't that something? Now that's something I said. That's something I said and some. Let's continue. Let's go.
So when you go to church, it's supposed to be them preparing you and girding you up and putting you in a position to where you're supposed to be going off and doing greater things. You're not supposed to be in the same place for the rest of your life.
Ooh, put a dollar sign if I ain't say that. Did I not say that? Put a dollar sign in the chat if I say you're not supposed to be doing the same thing for the rest of your life. You're supposed to be going on to greater things. Let's rewind that back. Put a dollar sign if you heard me say that before. Let's go. Rewind it back.
you. They should attract themselves to you because they like, you know what, is something special about that person because they're doing extraordinary things that most people are fearful of doing, that they don't have inside of their life.
Yep.
And so when you go to church, it's supposed to be them preparing you and girding you up and putting you in a position to where you're supposed to be going off and doing greater things. You're not supposed to be in the same place for the rest of your life.
Milton loves rocks, so he bought a dog.
He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. Let's go.
Some of us have become dependent on it because it makes us safe. And when I always read the word, I come back to one of my favorite passages, right? My favorite lines in the Bible. Either be hot or cold, because lukewarm, he spits you out of his mouth.
Listen to this now. This is the part I want you to listen to of what I talk about. If you're in the chat, listen to this and listen well. I'm going to rewind it one more time after he says it. Listen. Here we go. This is the part.
Anything in the middle is bad for you. It's the safest space for you to be broke. It's the safest space for you to bust hell wide open.
Ooh, we rewind it back. Oh, I got to rewind it back. Let me take the closed caption off. The closed caption is off now. Listen again.
Some of us have become dependent on it because it makes us safe. And when I always read the word, I come back to one of my favorite passages, right? My favorite lines in the Bible. Either be hot or cold, because lukewarm, he spits you out of his mouth. Anything in the middle is bad for you. It's the safest space for you to be broke. It's the safest space for you to bust hell wide open. It's the safest space for you to not achieve your dreams. And you can look at it two ways. You can look at it as the glass half full or the glass half empty, right? The glass half full way is, you know what? But I'm closer than this person. What do they say? I'm closer to Jeff Bezos than Jeff Bezos is to Elon Musk now. That's the new quote. That's the regular people quote. Listen to what I'm telling you right now. I'm about to change your life. I'm about to change your life. For those of you that tap in early, I'm going to change your life today because I'm going to reset your mind. Okay? Anything in the middle. Anything in the middle. Anything gray, anything lukewarm, anything not definitive is a pathway to failure.
How many of y'all heard me say that? How many of you heard me say that? How many of you heard me say that in my time on YouTube? I told y'all, you can't get comfortable. I've been telling you in many times in many of my videos, don't ever get comfortable. That is of Satan. And you're going to hear this man say the same thing I said in real time. So you can't go back and tell God you ain't hear this message. I warn y'all, stop getting comfortable. Y'all get comfortable. Y'all thinking, Rollo, you think I'm comfortable because I'm in an interesting place? No, I'm not. I'm going out to reach more than ever before. While you sitting down, contemplating, and not doing what you're supposed to do, you spitting out your own vomit. Don't blame me. Blame yourself. This is not a game. You're supposed to be born to reach higher states, not being comfortable. It's not a game, y'all. Can't get mad at people that's successful. Can't get mad at them. You could disagree with them on certain things. You can't get mad at them. That's the key. Let's rewind this back a little bit. Let's go.
Jeff Bezos and Jeff Bezos is to Elon Musk now. That's the new quote. That's the regular people quote.
Uh-oh.
Listen to what I'm telling you right now. I'm about to change your life. I'm about to change your life. For those of you that tap in early, I'm going to change your life today because I'm going I'm going to reset your mind, okay? Anything in the middle, anything gray, anything lukewarm, anything not definitive is a pathway to failure.
Yep.
Because you think you just good enough, but you'll never make it. Heaven is rich. Hell is poor.
Wow. You know I got to come on camera for this. Give me 1 second, y'all. Y'all got to see my reaction, my expression. Y'all got to see my reaction, my expression. Hold on, let me get things set up. Give me 1 second, y'all. Oh my goodness. Y'all got to see my reaction, expression. Yo. Give me 1 second while I set up everything. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let's listen to it again. Listen again. Listen.
People quote. Listen to what I'm telling you right now. I'm about to change your life. I'm about to change your life. For those of you that tap in early, I'm going to change your life today because I'm going to reset your mind. Okay? Anything in the middle. Anything in the middle. Anything gray, anything lukewarm, anything not definitive is a pathway to failure. Because you think you just good enough, but you'll never make it. Heaven is rich. Hell is poor. The middle is thinking that you're going to get to heaven. Now, take this and translate it from a financial perspective, from a relationship perspective, from any perspective and apply it. The middle is thinking that you're good enough because you never fully reached heaven, but you're not in hell. And anything that's not heaven, and this is the misconception, this is the trick that the devil pulled on you. This is why God says, don't be lukewarm, don't be gray. Anything that's not heaven, because heaven has no, okay, you did just good enough setting. It's not an okay area. It's either you made it or you didn't. Either you successful or you not. Either you rich or you poor. Anything under heaven is hell. You just so happen to be in purgatory for the moment. We ain't got to you yet.
Watch the FIFA World Cup 20.
I mean, what y'all have to say now? What do you have to say now? What do you have to say now? You can't say Rollo was lying. What are you going to say now? He's saying the same thing I said. So who's lying? Who's lying now? Who's lying now? He said the same thing I said. What you got to say now? Oh, I don't know the word very well. That's going to be your new analysis. I don't know the scriptures very well. He said the same thing I said for verbatim. And you don't have to like the person. The person recognizes I'm telling the truth. What are you going to apply in your life? Are you going to put out some BS applications to me because you can't fool me? You can't fool me. I've been there, done that. I know what's going on. Yeah, you're not listening to the importance of what to change your life. You're not willing to do it. Give me 1 second. You're not willing to change your life. You're not willing to change your life. Listen, y'all. Let me show you something. Let me get this in full screen. Let me carry this computer. Let me show you something. Let me show you something in real time. Hold on one second. Show you something. As I go through my thing. Dun, 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 dun. Let me show you something. See this right here? Let me turn on the light. Close this room real quick. See this right here? In real time? See this? You see this right here? You see this? This is my place. This is my place, y'all. This is my place. This is the laundry and the washer. In store. Cane. Everything is included. This is where you put your stuff at. Come on now. You're not ready for this. I'm not showing you everything. Showing you that. You're not ready for this. 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 Now listen to him again. Listen to him again. And understand and understand what I'm saying. Don't get in your emotions. Support the show. Hit the cash app. Now I'm getting off camera. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Hold on. We're going to rewind it back. Get me off the screen. All right? Let's get back to it. Y'all make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Hit the like button on your way in. All right? Let's rewind it back a little bit. Listen again.
From a financial perspective, from a relationship perspective, from any perspective, and apply it. The middle is thinking that you're good enough because you never fully reached heaven, but you're not in hell. And anything that's not heaven, and this is the misconception, this is the trick that the devil pulled on you. This is why God says, don't be lukewarm, don't be gray. Anything that's not heaven, because heaven has no, okay, you did just good enough setting. It's not an okay area. It's either you made it or you didn't.
Uh-oh.
Either you successful or you not.
Right.
Either you rich or you poor. Anything under heaven is hell.
That's right.
You just so happen to be in purgatory for the moment. We ain't got to you yet.
Do you know that this is planet hell? Do you know we're on top of hell? We're here to learn something about ourselves before we go into one of the two areas. There's no middle. It's either you're going to hell or you're going to heaven. What you do here determines of the two realms you're going to. We are in the planetary hell. During the time of Adam and Eve, during the time of fall, there's a firmament above us. There's levels to this society. You have to do your own homework. Don't take what I said and go with it. Do your own homework. You're going to have to learn how to better your life these days. No excuses. No excuses. Let's continue.
So your problem is you thought that being okay was okay, but it wasn't. You have to be exceptional in order to be exceptional. You have to be exceptional in order to be great.
That's right.
You have to be exceptional in order to be remembered. You have to be exceptional in order for nobody to not care about you when you die.
Ooh.
So you have to either get there or you don't. And your problem is you thinking that being okay was enough.
Uh-oh.
And my mentality is it's not okay to be poor. I got to be rich because anything less than rich is poor.
Ooh.
You get it now? I don't think it's okay. When people jump in my chat and they say, well, what about the regular man? Or what about average people? I have to rethink to myself, oh yeah, it's people that think that being okay is okay. And so I guess I got to speak to them because I'm not used to thinking about that or from that lens in my regular life. I never wanted to just be a regular person. I never wanted to live a regular life. I wanted to be exceptional. I wanted to have exceptional options. I wanted to do what I wanted to do when I do it. What you doing? You a halfway content creator. You stream some of the time. It don't matter if I wake up late. It don't matter if I have a late night on after hours. It doesn't matter what the situation is. I'm going. You know what? Oh man. Ain't no how you be doing at your regular job. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take off today. I'm tired. I'm sick. I went and partied last night. Well, if you party, you got to wake up and you got to go and get it the next day. It just is what it is. Ain't no off days. There is.
That's Ringo's talking point. That's Ringo's talking point. It's no off days. That's Ringo's talking point right there. We know Ringo talks about that. There's no off days. Even though he's saying it, we know where he got it from. Let's continue. Let's go.
No off button. Ain't no off switch.
Yep.
I'm keeping it 100 with you. Ain't no off days, bro. What you talking about?
Yeah. Let's continue.
Oh man, I want to be rich, but I can't stop smoking. You telling me some smoke in your lungs to give you an euphoria in your mind is more important than being able to go and buy your dream car? You telling me that is more important than being able to go and fly where you want to fly and not even care about what the cost is? How? How is smoking more?
Yo, he's talking my lingo. I talked about that. I don't even look at the price. I just purchase it and keep it going. Yes, that is the way it's supposed to be. You got people penny pitching. I'm like, what? That's not in my realm, penny pitching. The heck is going on here? Listen to this again. Listen.
Oh man, I want to be rich, but I can't stop smoking. You telling me some smoke in your lungs to give you an euphoria in your mind is more important than being able to go and buy your dream car? You telling me that is more important than being able to go and fly where you want to fly and not even care about what the cost is? How? How is smoking more important than being rich? How is the hose? And here's the key. All of your vices, if you really love them that much, I promise you they're going to still be there when you get rich. But what you don't realize is that when you get rich, you're not going to be interested in those same vices because you're going to.
Then I tell y'all, he's preaching right there. Then I tell y'all, the more successful you get, you don't care about them same people. Let me talk to y'all real quick. Guys and ladies, I'm at the point in my life, I see more of it, of what he's talking about. That don't aggrieve me. That's a distraction. Because the more successful you get, the less BS you want to deal with. The reason why a lot of people don't want to be successful is because they want to tolerate the BS in their life. That's a you problem to me. Let's rewind this back. Listen again. He's saying the same thing I'm saying. Let's go.
The cost is? How? How is smoking more important than being rich? How is the hose? And here's the key. All of your vices, if you really love them that much, I promise you they're going to still be there when you get rich. But what you don't realize is that when you get rich, you're not going to be interested in those same vices because you're going to realize that was the thing that was keeping you from being rich.
That's my talking point. He's saying the same thing I said. I said the thing that's keeping y'all from being successful and rich is what you hang around and who you tolerate and who you deal with. I told y'all this. I told y'all this. Let me say something to y'all. Where I stay at, y'all seen what I had, right? Listen, Running Up 360, no. He down here in Florida. Running Up 60. Running Up 360, what you say in the live chat that I'm in a high prominent place? Would you agree, Running Up 360, that based on what you saw, what I allow people to see, would you agree that I'm in a high prominent place based on what you saw when it comes to the laundromat that I have in my place? He's in Florida. He's been to many places. He'll tell you himself in the chat, I'm in a high, well-to-do place. He'll tell you that. He'll tell you that. Well, you know, we're ahead of schedule. So when he listens, he's going to tell y'all in the chat right now. Based on what I allowed y'all to see, you know this ain't cheap. Based on what I allow y'all to see, this ain't cheap. Running Up 360 stays in Florida. He'll tell you. That this is a high-end place. And I'm still not comfortable. I'm still not comfortable. See, let me teach you black men something and black women something. I don't get comfortable. If you notice, I still be on the road. I still be in suites. I don't stay in regular hotels. I'm in suites. How many of you seen me in the suites in the hotel? People think that, oh, that's cheap. That's not cheap. When I go out in style. I don't even look at the price. I don't look at the price. I'm not penny pitching. Shout out to my lady. That's a talking point. I'm not penny pitching. Penny pitching. Take the what? Leave the what in some kind? What? I don't look at that. What? Don't you ever come in my face talking about penny pitching. When I go out with somebody, I don't look at my card. The hell I'm looking at my card for? I know I have the money in there. The heck you talking about? If you got a penny pinch, you should not be talking to me. You need to get that out of your system. Even there's the confirmation. Run Up 360 will tell you listen, where I stay at is a bar. It's not for the faint. It's not for the faint. I'm on some different frequency, y'all. I don't got time for the nonsense. What's up, Forever Studios? What's going on with you, man? Listen again. Listen to this again. Forever Studio, I want you to listen to this, fam. Because me and you had a conversation. You need to listen to this, Forever Studio. Everything I said, Anton Daniels is saying it. So I don't know if he was watching in the clouds. However, for you, I'm going to rewind it back. I want you to listen to this. Everything he said, I said. Watch.
Heaven is hell. You just so happen to be in purgatory for the moment. We ain't got to you yet. Warm, anything not definitive is a pathway to failure. because you think you just good enough, but you'll never make it. Jeff Bezos, and Jeff Bezos is to Elon Musk now. That's the new quote.
Listen.
That's the regular people quote. Listen to what I'm telling you right now. I'm about to change your life. I'm about to change your life. For those of you that tap in early, I'm going to change your life today because I'm going to reset your mind. Okay? Anything in the middle, anything gray, anything lukewarm, anything not definitive is a pathway to failure. Because you think you just good enough, but you'll never make it. Heaven is rich. Hell is poor. The middle is thinking that you're going to get to heaven. Now, take this and translate it from a financial perspective.
The people that is in the middle class of income, I tell Forever Studio this is nothing new. I told Forever Studio, I said, being in the middle class is a trap. Forever Studio, did I not tell you that? Forever Studio is in the chat right now if he's listening. Did I not tell you that being in the middle class is a trap? It's a trap. Listen, I made 6 figures. I know it's a trap. Nah, I want to be beyond 6 figures. I already know what it's like being 6 figures. And a lot of people that make 6 figures is too comfortable. And then you could go right back to being poor like that. You get to the middle class, you got to push yourself to be a millionaire. This no. I'm not joking. I'm not playing with y'all. You got to get rich. Stop being this normal guy. You know what happens when you're a normal guy? You miss out on better opportunities. You can't get mad at those who's go-getters. Go-getters is going to figure a way to make something out of something. I don't want to be this regular, smuggly man. We supposed to be rich. If we are intelligent and we smart, like we claim to be, it's time to get to the serious money. There's so many opportunities for y'all out here to make serious money to where you could go anywhere in the world, anywhere. That's the point I'm getting to. And you should too. Don't be afraid to be rich. Don't be afraid. It should motivate you to want to be having more in your pocket so you could do something. You could be the lender, not the borrower. In order to be the lender, you have to be rich. Or you're going to continue to borrow and borrow and borrow and borrow and borrow. And then how your children going to feel about that? Or your peers? Come on now. I want y'all to get rich, man. I don't want y'all to be regular. Let's go.
Perspective, from a relationship perspective, from any perspective, and apply
it. Even being in a relationship, you don't want to be. Listen, I am not dealing with no mediocre relationship. Let me tell you something right now. If I'm with somebody, which I'm with, ain't no mediocre-ish going on. I don't got time for mediocre. We going all the way or we done. Straight up the box. When I tell you, when I look at these people together, if y'all ain't trying to make it happen, you should not be with that person. I'm going far, man. I'm not staying back. No. I'm not staying back for nobody. Nobody in this chat. Nobody in real time. Nobody. Let's continue to listen to this.
The middle is thinking that you're good enough because you never fully reached heaven, but you're not in hell. And anything that's not heaven And this is the misconception. This is the trick that the devil pulled on you.
Uh-oh.
This is why God says, don't be lukewarm, don't be gray. Anything that's not heaven, because heaven has no, okay, you did just good enough setting. It's not an okay area. It's either you made it or you didn't. Either you successful or you not. Either you rich or you poor. Anything under heaven is hell.
Yep.
You just so happen to be in purgatory for the moment. We ain't got to you yet.
Ooh.
So your problem is you thought that being okay was okay, but it wasn't. You have to be exceptional in order to be exceptional. You have to be exceptional in order to be great. You have to be exceptional in order to be remembered.
Yep.
You have to be exceptional in order for nobody to not care about you when you die. So you have to either get there or you don't. And your problem is you thinking that being okay was enough. And my mentality is it's not okay to be poor. I got to be rich because anything less than rich is poor.
Yep.
You get it now? I don't think it's okay. When people jump in my chat and they say, well, what about the regular man? Or what about average people? I have to rethink to myself, oh yeah, it's people that think that being okay is okay. And so I guess I got to speak to them because I'm not used to thinking about that or from that lens in my regular life. I never wanted to just be a regular person. I never wanted to live a regular life.
Uh-oh.
I wanted to be exceptional. I wanted to have exceptional options. I wanted to do what I wanted to do when I do it.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing? You a halfway content creator. You stream some of the time.
Uh-oh.
It don't matter if I wake up late. It don't matter if I have a late night on after hours. It doesn't matter what the situation is. I'm going. You know what?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Ain't no how you be doing at your regular job. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take off today. I'm tired. I'm sick. I went and partied last night. Well, if you party, you got to wake up and you got to go and get it the next day. It just is what it is. Ain't no off days. There is no off button. Ain't no off switch. I'm keeping it 100 with you. Ain't no off days, bro. What you talking about? Oh man, I want to be rich, but I can't stop smoking. You telling me some smoke in your lungs to give you an euphoria in your mind is more important than being able to go and buy your dream car?
Right, exactly.
You telling me that is more important than being able to go and fly where you want to fly and not even care about what the cost is?
Go ahead.
How?
Go ahead.
How is smoking more important than being rich?
Mm-hmm.
How is the hose? And here's the key. All of your vices, if you really love them that much, I promise you they're going to still be there when you get rich. But what you don't realize is that...
Listen to this part, because this is my talking point as well. Listen.
When you get rich, you're not going to be interested in those same vices because you're going to realize that was the thing that was keeping you from being rich.
Did you hear that? Didn't I tell y'all? Put a $sign in the chat. Didn't I tell y'all that certain people in your life could keep you from being successful? Put a $sign if you heard me say that. That's why I let a lot of people go, and sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. When you let these people go out of your life, sky's the limit for y'all. There it is. A lot of places in Florida don't got personal laundry rooms. Running Up 360 is telling y'all what's up. He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth, y'all. Let's continue.
It ain't a woman. It ain't a vice. It ain't nothing. Nothing that I cannot put away for an extended period of time in order to get what I'm supposed to have.
Well, we know, Anton, we're not going to go back to what happened earlier this year. However, you're right, though. You're right, though. you're right what you're saying, even though you got caught up in some hiccup situations. That's neither here or there. However, you're right. Listen again, y'all, because it's going to go right through your head. Listen again.
They're going to still be there when you get rich. But what you don't realize is that when you get rich, you're not going to be interested in those same vices because you're going to realize that was the thing that was keeping you from being rich.
Ooh.
It ain't a woman. It ain't a vice. It ain't nothing that I cannot put away for an extended period of time in order to get what I'm supposed to have. Nothing and nobody.
You heard it.
Let no weapon formed against me prosper, but you let every weapon prosper against you. All of the weapons is.
Ooh, 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 he going in. I gotta give it to him. He going in. Listen again, because it's going right through your heads. Listen again. He's. I didn't hear this part. This is crazy. He's using my talking points. It's funny, but it's true, like KS used to say. Let's go.
It ain't a woman. It ain't a vice. It ain't nothing that I cannot put away for an extended period of time in order to get what I'm supposed to have.
Uh-oh.
Nothing and nobody. Let no weapon formed against me prosper, but you let every weapon prosper against you. All of the weapons is prospering on you.
Ooh, he ain't lying about that. That's a lesson I learned. Mm-hmm. He's telling the truth now. He's telling the truth. You can't get mad at the truth. Let's go.
You fall victim to every single vice. You know what? Let me put a stumbling block right there in the middle of the street for him. You know what? Let me go ahead and throw a speed bump right there, and you go over the speed bump doing 80 miles an hour.
He's not lying. He's not lying. He's not lying.
How you keep getting caught up?
He's not lying. It's true.
How you keep falling for the same hoe?
He's telling the
You
truth.
told yourself, you know what, man, I'm not messing with her no more.
Uh-oh.
She giving me a headache. But you still letting her, you still got her on unblocked, waiting for her to call.
How many of you going to admit what he's saying? Ooh, I did not hear this part. I did not know we were going to be here for a little bit longer. Yo, I got to rewind that. I'm sorry, because it's so true.
Go to the street for him. You know what? Let me go ahead and throw a speed bump right there, and you go over the speed bump doing 80 miles an hour. How you keep getting caught up?
He's right.
How you keep falling for the same hoe?
Uh-oh.
You told yourself, you know what, man, I'm not messing with her no more. She giving me a headache. But you still letting her, you still got her on unblocked, waiting for her to call. Answering the phone. Hello? Nah, man, because you made me mad. You letting her talk you through it. You just like her in sex. You talk her through it in sex. She talk you through it and continuing to put you in the same position. Still dealing with the same thing over and over again.
He ain't lying.
Can't break away.
Can't break away. He ain't lying.
Every day you chase box.
Uh-oh.
You lose money every day for a woman?
Ooh.
What, you thought that she was going to be gone when you got back? Dummy? What you talking about?
Ooh,
I promise you, there is no woman that was like, you know what? He too busy making money. I don't want to deal with him no more. There is no woman, even if she say you don't spend enough time, leave anyway and go and get your bag. You know what she gonna do? She gonna still be there in that same spot talking about, oh, I missed you.
Yep. Yep, that's facts.
There is no woman that has ever said, you know what? Ugh, I can't stand the fact that he going to get too much money.
Listen.
Man, go get your money. Go be successful. And what you really going to start to find is they going to start coming to you. You're not going to have to call them and say, hey, what you doing? Grand Rising, Queen.
Ooh, listen. Y'all support the show, y'all. Y'all coming in here getting this information that I told you. Y'all better hit that Cash App, man. Stop playing with me. Like, seriously, put something in the tip jar, man. Let's go, man. Y'all gonna let me let somebody hit the Cash App and that's it? We're gonna play these games today, y'all? Come on, man. I told you I had a surprise for y'all. Somebody hit the thing yesterday a couple of times. I said, you know what? I didn't get the third Cash App. Cool. So I say, I'm on here today. This is why this is a surprise I have for y'all. This information here. Look how long I've been on this live stream. Can we get at least 2 people to hit the Cash App? Come on now. Come on. This is powerful. Come on. Oh, I know what it is. It's talking about winning. I thought y'all was about winning. I thought you was about that. Right. Okay. Let's rewind that back again. He is on fire. What he's saying about this woman thing. Let's go.
There is no woman that has ever said, you know what? Ugh, I can't stand the fact that he going to get too much money.
Uh-oh. Listen.
Hey, go get your money.
Get your money.
Go be successful.
Yep.
And what you really going to start to find is they going to start coming to you.
That's a fact.
You're not going to have to call them and say, hey, what you doing? Grand Rising, Queen. The last thing you're going to ever have to do in your life when you winning and when you up and when you in that space that you're supposed to be in is make a phone call. You'll never have to make a phone call to a woman ever again. They will make themselves available to you. I promise on everything.
He's not lying.
On my life. I promise you. The thing that you will have to worry about more than ever is whether or not you feel like answering a phone at that particular time. You will never have to make another phone call. You'll never have to see him send another DM in your life.
He's not lying about that. Put a check mark if you heard me say that. Put a check mark if you heard me say that. He's not lying about that. He is not, I'm telling you right now, it's like, I'm glad the Most High is allowing individuals in certain spaces to use my talking points, even though they don't acknowledge me. The point is that they got it from me. That's right. And my haters are going to be mad because my words is getting out there in the world. You got politicals using Ibarasi, Dibarasis, Trump using my words, other people using my words. It's getting out there. Just like Hassan Campbell, Ringo's talking points is getting out there, as well as others. We have our own creativity. And I acknowledge when I use some people's talking points. I acknowledge them here and there. Come on now. He ain't lying. See, you guys don't get it, what he's saying, because you don't think it's possible. I already experienced in this. I already know what time it is. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, babe girl? Hey, I seen you the other day. Somebody said these new chicks is different. No, they're not. They're easier.
Uh-oh.
They're easier. SL Hunter, that has never been more true. The banks will call you. You will not have to say, when I see black people and they say, oh man, they don't want to give us small business loans.
You know what? It's funny he said that. The banks call you. Let me keep my mouth quiet because y'all not ready for what I'm about to say. And respectfully, I know exactly what Anton's talking about. Let's go.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Every other day, at least once a week, I get a call from the bank and they say, Anton, are you going to make an appointment to come and sit down with us so we can talk about your portfolio? They're going to ask you. They're going to reach out to you.
He ain't lying about that. He ain't lying about that. Oh man, this is historic.
They're going to reach out to you, I promise you, on everything. Everything. You're never going to have to, there's never not going to be an opportunity. They gonna entice you. They gonna send you pictures. You know how the women always complain about getting D pics? Guess what? There's a segment of guys that regularly get naked pictures in their inboxes. And then they
I'm gonna be quiet about that. I'm talking about what the women send me. He's not lying about that. Oh snap! He's not lying about that. Yo, Anton is on fire. Let me rewind that back. He's not lying about that. He's not lying. Let's go. Let's go.
They're going to reach out to you.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Yeah.
On everything.
He's not lying.
Everything. You're never going to have to, there's never not going to be an opportunity. They gonna entice you. They gonna send you pictures. You know how the women always complain about getting D pics?
Right.
Guess what? There's a segment of guys that regularly get naked pictures in their inboxes.
Yep.
And in they text messages and in the DMs. I promise you on everything. Because they trying to give you that rope. Hey, you like this?
He's not lying.
There's a segment of men that regularly get women sending them pictures because they're trying to get a way in. They trying to find a way in.
I'm telling you, he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. I'm just telling you, it's real.
I promise you. Your biggest problem, and this is another reason why I tell people, ask Ray. Ray is in the chat. I see you. I tell people all the time, I say, listen, pray for character. It's two things that you're going to have to need in this life. And then we're going to go ahead and get started with the show.
Listen.
The first thing that you're going to need is the work ethic and the endurance in order to become successful.
And we're gonna stop sharing. That's pretty much about that, y'all. Look, this is a powerful live stream. You know, it's a powerful live stream. Hopefully we got a lot of likes in the video. I'm going to end it right there because it's pretty much, he summed it down to what I've been saying. So you can't say it's a lie. So y'all tell me what you think in the comment section. Tell me what you think. For those who support it, you already got an emoji. Whoever supported the Cash App. If you dig in the content, you will support the Cash App. Like I said in Ringo's live chat, it's only 0.03% that support the platform for now. Because I speak truth, the 3.5% only support garbage. That's okay though. So to the mods, to the members, make sure you watch the replay. And tell me what you think in the comment section. Let's flood the comment section, y'all. I know there's people in the clouds watching, you know, taking down the information, do what they do. Appreciate y'all for viewing and tuning into this live stream. May y'all enjoy the rest of your day. For us in Florida, you know, be careful on the road. Be very careful on the road. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate your support when y'all come through in a multitude of ways. Shout out to you fellas. Shout out to you ladies. I'm going to holler at you soon. I got more live stream reactions I'm going to do down the road. So I'm glad that I did this content for y'all. And so one more thing I'm going to say before I go. Everything will come to you if you do what you're supposed to do. You don't even know how many countless calls I get and the pictures and all that stuff is true. That stuff is real. He's right about that. Get your mind clear. You get your answer. I'll talk with you soon. Brown Royalty to the people. We the business.